So no, you read that right. I didn't mean to say that I started walking every day or I did a 30, 60, 90-day challenge of daily walks, and here's what I found out. I stopped. A little out of laziness, I will admit, but also with like some life changes. Weather-wise, I mean, we're in Minnesota and we're in a winter weather advisory where it's -10 right now with a real feel of -4. So not bad. But it has been cold and it has been icy, so it's not fun to walk outside. But all of that aside, I will accept that I have fallen off track, but there has been a noticeable change. So instead of telling you what happens when you do start walking daily, I want to tell you what happens when you stop walking daily. And even if it's just like a 15 or 20-minute walk outside, it makes a huge difference. And if you're also feeling burnt out with your health and fitness and not really sure where to start or like what is actually helping or benefiting you, I do have a free burnout recovery experiment down below. It's just a simple way to check in with your food and movement and kind of put you back in control and have say on things. And it's based off of everything that I'm going to be sharing today with what I found as well, which starts with my weight. I did a video earlier about like how I'm planning to lose weight in 2026. You can go ahead and check that out here. But I started at about 186 last year. And with simple changes, like not really stressing about a whole lot or being super strict, I got down to my lowest was at like 168. And I was feeling really good with that. So it was nice and slow and steady. It's not like pretty numbers by any means, but it was sustainable and it was doable. So, and I have noticed since like the new year, and I'd say like the last maybe 2 months for sure, with not walking outside consistently, I've been stuck at about like 173 for my lowest. And from tracking and the experimental mindset and from the freebie and everything, I've noticed that one day, my boyfriend and I, it was a nicer day, and we went outside and walked a couple times, just like 15-minute walks. So it was maybe 45 minutes total of like a couple walks, like morning, afternoon kind of thing. And the next day, I did drop down below like my average of 173 that I'm hovering at about right now. So there is some like factors. And when I was walking daily, it was pretty consistently tracking downward. But I will say, fun fact, especially when we're talking about weight, because that can be so difficult and maybe even triggering. And depending on how you have been with dieting and just fitness in general, the fact that I have not had any kind of stress or fear, anxiety, anger, feeling like a failure through any of this past year has been so nice. It has been so nice and such a change, and it has been a process to get to this point, but not feeling like numbers on the scale or my consistency or needing to change my workouts a lot, like not feeling any negativity towards that at all. And it's just information and it's just about how I'm feeling and how I'm happy has been life-changing. So definitely stick it out. It is going to be worth it. But so weight was a big thing for me. My mood also. Yes, people will get seasonal depression, and I actually do enjoy cloudy days and like gloomy days. But yeah, when it's like 3 weeks in a row, maybe not so much. So of course there is going to be that and whatever. But seriously, getting outside, having some fresh air and sunshine, even if it's not very sunshiny. Like right now we've got some blue sky, which is very, very nice, of course. But getting outside, no music, no headphones, no phone, and just getting away from the screen, like any screen time as well, has been huge for me too. You know, the whole like we're just not used to being bored. We've lost the joy and creativity of getting bored and using our brain. Getting outside and walking has done that for me. Like I'll walk at the gym and everything, but that's so different because I do have access to my phone and I'm just walking in place. Like I don't have to worry about anything. And it's so much easier to pass the time with like even like an audiobook or anything. But when I go outside, I try and not have my headphones in or be on my phone. And it just allows my brain to kind of process things. So in that sense, I know my mood is better when I go for walks outside because I'm more freely able to process things. Can I process things and like think through things and get bored on the treadmill? Of course, but just the environment is so different because you're stuck in one spot compared to like moving around the neighborhood or going on a trail and through a park and things like that. So with weight change, my mood, And then just my body in general feels different. I'm still working out, and I said like I'm walking on the treadmill and stuff, but it's just different. And like my joints and my back has always been a problem. I just feel a lot more connected when I go for walks outside. Again, I've added in walks after my workout and everything, and that has helped. But the biggest thing is just getting outside and wanting to walk and wanting to do all of that. So now what I want to do moving forward is, now that I have this information of what has worked in the past and what I am noticing now and what I want life to be like moving forward, here are the things that I'm going to change. So I want to be more consistent with my tracking, like with the burnout recovery experiment, but I'm just going to be doing it in a notebook. And I'll be talking about this like throughout the year because I've got space to go, but like I have been tracking and stuff and seeing how like I'm feeling and responding to things. But all of that is based off of the burnout recovery experiment I have below. But I made journals years ago, like the food and movement experiment. And it's just longer forms of the freebie. And if you are interested in it, like I'll go ahead and link them down below. They're on Amazon. But be nice to me. I self-published these like 8 or 9 years ago. Just don't look at the front and back pages, but the information in it is good and is what I base everything off of what I'm doing. So I want to be more consistent with the tracking because it just shows me what is or isn't working and like how I'm responding to it. So with that, I want to do more consistent daily walks at the gym and make sure I have the time for it, or just like make the time. And then we also have a walking pad in my boyfriend's office. I'm thinking of moving that to the basement so that if I want to walk like during the day when he's in a meeting or something, I'm not like, I have that as an option. And maybe just like the change of space will do that, or just braving it a little bit more and going outside. But I want to do that, along with accepting that winters are just cozy. I have gotten to a point in my life where I am no longer hustling and grinding and doing the all or nothing mindset. I have gotten to a spot where I can comfortably enjoy the morning, where I can sip on my cup of coffee and not be stressed about it. Like I have room to breathe, and I want to allow that for me because I have worked very, very hard to get to this point where health is no longer my identity and how I'm failing, but something that is going to benefit me moving forward. So I'm accepting that it's going to be cozy. It's going to be slow with progress, and that's fine. I am fine with that because this is a long-term thing. This is not just a short-term fix of losing like 10 pounds in 3 days kind of thing. Like I'm not doing that. So cozy is fine. It's going to be slow. And I just want to focus on my eating and diet more, just because I have been bloated or uncomfortable or unable to focus. Like I know that that is an association with my diet. Not that it's bad, but there are some things that I can test out and experiment more, just because with seasons, with life, with getting older, like our body's going to respond to things differently. And I just want to see what is and isn't working, and also use this as fuel for getting excited for the warmer months. Like I'm just been itching to get back into our garage, and I've got a boxing bag in there, and I did that last summer, and it was so much fun. It was so much fun to do boxing and kickboxing in the garage and like come up with some combos and do that, because that's one of the things that I did when I was coaching group fitness classes. Is I worked at a boxing gym where we also did, it wasn't like I had mitts on because that's terrifying for me. Please don't hit me. But we had like bags, and then we did functional training. That was so much fun. And like I have done so many different group fitness coaching and like personal training stuff, but like it was just so much fun. So I'm using this time as well with being like cozy and inside, also as like getting the edge to get excited about going outside as well. So that's what I'm planning on doing. And it's always going to be about consistency and finding what works for you now. Of course, there is a little give and take with things, but it's about what you feel is best for you. So all that aside, that is what I'm planning to do moving forward based off of what I'm finding of not walking every day. So go ahead and grab your burnout recovery experiment in the description down below so you can kind of see where you're at with things as well. But now that you know what happens when you stop walking daily and how it's so beneficial for you, you and I will want to know what to expect once we decide to start adding that into our routine and how that's going to affect things. So go ahead and check out this next video where I talk about what to expect when you get back into the gym for like your first week. And you can also associate this with your daily walks. So I will go ahead and see you there. And I'm excited for us to make these changes.